Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another fantastic episode of Fact or Hype. I am Ethel, and with me is Uncle Muyi.
Yeah.
Yes, you look nice.
Thank
I like
you. You look
your
good.
eyeglasses.
You look good too.
All right, thank you. So, Fact or Hype is a program on Click TV Africa where we talk about songs, artists. We compare them to other people. We talk about the idea about them, if it is fact or if it's just a hype, if it's just people, going on and on and on about their favorites and all of that. So yes. So tell me, what do you think? Is there any similarity between the artists of today and Fela?
Okay, yeah, there are so many similarities between these artists because, first of all, we know that Fela, established a kind of music in Nigeria and in Afrobeat.
Yeah.
In Nigeria, not only in Nigeria, in Africa.
Yeah.
And then over the years, other musical institutions have taken up this genre of music to study it. All right, so our Nigerian artists are growing and they are listening to Fela and they're trying to imbibe the kind of music Fela used to do into today's music, and it's really amazing. Yeah,
it is. Some of them even sample some of his songs.
Yes.
Some of them want to dress like him.
Yes,
I remember this guy W4, Mr. Control.
Yeah,
I remember he used to want to wear prints
so
and all that.
W4 used to do a bit of Afro, into his music. Not even a bit.
He was Afro
beat. Yes, that Control song was even one of the core Afro songs that he did in his time. So it was an amazing.
I wonder where that guy is today. W4, wherever you are, come out. We're waiting for you. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking about Falz. Yeah. So, are you ready for today? Fact or hype? Yeah. Is Falz more like Fela as compared to Burnaboy or wizkid? Choose your next words carefully.
Okay. I think Falz over the years has improved in his music. Okay? Yes, he has improved in his music. He has given us hits. All right?
Back to back.
Back to back, agreed.
Mm-hmm.
And to talk about wizkid, to talk about bunaboy, they've also done the same thing. But for me personally,
you agree about wizkid, right?
Oh yes. Okay, about wizkid dropping good songs. Yeah, I agree. I agree to that.
Yes.
Okay, forget that.
Okay.
That last one. Yeah. Just forget about it. Okay, so the thing is, I think Falz is doing the job that Burna Boy is supposed to be doing.
How do you mean?
Now, if you listen to Falz's last album,
the Moral
Instruction.
Yes.
And then not because he sampled Fela songs on the album, but because of the message and the story and the spirit behind the songs.
So are you saying hype or fact?
It's a fact that Falz is the Fela of our time. It's a fact that Falz is has taken up the mantle that Fela dropped as an artist in Nigeria and in Africa. It's just a matter of time before all the countries in the world start listening to Falz song, these songs that Falz is dropping now, and then they start pushing it the way they used to push Fela song that time.
Well, I think it's just hype. First of all, Falz is an African rapper, a Nigerian rapper. Okay. He's a comedian. Yes, I understand. From his last album here, he dropped a couple of songs, and that's it shows he's very socially conscious. He's not a misogynist and all of that. But I don't think he represents Fela in any way. I just think that he is. Excuse me, brother.
I'm listening. I
just think that he is just telling. He's just trying to. He's trying to shake up the country for us to see what exactly is going on. Fela at the time was arrested over 200 times. The only artist in history who has had the persecution of the government more than any other person. I'm not done.
I'm listening.
Fela,
but those factors are not even...
I said I did not disturb you.
Okay.
Falz doesn't... Yes, he samples some of Fela's music, yes, but Falz doesn't have the same appeal as Fela does. I'm not done. I feel like you're about to say something.
No!
Okay.
Because I'm just looking at your points. Your points are not really...
First of all, yes, he is not... Falz is not like Fela in any way whatsoever. Burna Boy and wizkid, Burna Boy even is more like Fela more than Falz, because excuse me, because Burna Boy does about the same song.
That's a big
Excuse me.
Okay.
Thank you. Burnaboy does he does Afrofusion, Afrobeat.
Okay.
He and wizkid do Afrobeat, Afrofusion, whatever.
With bombs and then shaking your booty.
Didn't Fela have girls dancing for him on
That's
stage
not
with
the
beads
point.
and all that?
That's not the
Burnaboy's mom
point.
was even one of them.
That's not
Thank
even
you.
the point.
We're comparing Fela with Falz, right? So excuse me.
Okay.
So Fela, first of all, created movements to tell I think mobilization of the people. I think that was what it was called. I've forgotten the whole English around the whole.
Excuse for that. Go ahead.
But Fela created a movement for the people to fight against, to talk about and fight against.
Falz is not doing that now?
Falz isn't doing that. Falz is not even coming and say, oh yes, I want to be.
Falz is not doing that now.
He's not even involved in politics. Yes, he dropped it in Nigeria last year. Sure, he drops talk, drops.
So what does that tell you about Falz?
All he's doing is just letting the people know this is our problem. Fela provided solutions to those problems when he dropped the music. Yes, exactly. He go and listen to Fela's song.
No, don't worry. Don't mix these things up. Yeah, all right. Fela is like the
king of Afrobeat.
The king of Afrobeat. Yes. Now, Fela is the constant here. All right.
Yes.
Now we are saying Falz as an artist, as a 21st century artist.
Falz is Falz. I think it's okay for him to be Falz and for him not to be Fela 2.0.
Falz as a 21st century artist, and then wizkid compared to wizkid and bunaboy. Three of them together, who is equal or who is more like Fela. That's what we are saying here. Okay. Now, hold on. That's what we are saying here. Right. And I'm telling you that Falz as an artist, all right, has taken up the mantle. He has studied this man. He has studied the kind of music that this man used to do.
He did.
He has studied. Yes, he did. Okay. For him to release an album like that, moral instruction.
All,
for him to drop "This Is Nigeria."
See, let me tell
hold on. Compared to wizkid, soccer, compared to wizkid, compared to the kind of lifestyle and then the kind of thing. How many times have you seen wizkid come up to Twitter or on Instagram and talk about the problems and issues that are happening in Nigeria? How many times have you seen wizkid? Davido that tried to support his uncle. Davido was just following his uncle because his uncle is running for a political post in it. That is not even getting involved. Falz is getting
his
involved.
Political consciousness.
No.
We know that there is much more to Fela than his political consciousness. Yes. Okay. And that seems to be the only part that Falz tapped into.
Because that's what we are talking about. That's what.
We're talking about Fela as a person, as an artist, and as an embodiment of art, as a human being. You cannot compare him
because
and
Falz
Falz
does not
together.
Because Falz does not smoke, all right? Because he doesn't carry his tobacco, and then he goes on stage and do and all those things.
He said
No, I don't understand. Is that what you're saying?
Excuse me. What I'm saying, Falz is. I think people should allow Falz be himself. Falz the bad guy and not be Fela number 2 or Fela raised to power 1.5 or whatever.
You just do not want to agree that
I
we have another Fela.
I do not think
you just don't.
First of all, Fela was the king. Fela was the king of Afro. Fela did so much for Afrobeat, for
what
Nigeria.
Is this so much Fela did that Falz is not doing now?
And that is the reason why. First of all,
but wait,
the only thing Falz did was let the country be aware of what any other person can see.
Why do you put down the work that Falz is doing and say it's not you cannot compare it? No, why are you saying you cannot compare it to Fela's work? No, why are you saying you cannot compare it to Fela's work? What are your factors? Okay, give me your facts.
Excuse me.
Give me your facts. That's what I need.
Where you are?
Okay.
I'm not done with my point.
All right.
Thank you. Take a chill pill.
I'm listening.
Right. First of all, everybody who lives in this country called Nigeria is aware of. I'm sure, even if it's not one problem, there is no. The light is terrible.
Okay.
We don't have security.
Okay.
Our government is absolute trash.
Okay.
Yes, everybody, any Tom, Dick and Harry from any studio can come up with an album, sample Fela, and tell the whole world, yeah, we don't have that. Idris Abdulkarim did something like that. Timaya did something like that. So
but
you
how
can't
consistent
just say,
were those people?
But you can't. Falz just dropped one album.
Falz did This Is Nigeria last year.
Just one
in
song.
Falz songs.
And he sampled This Is America.
Oh no,
he sampled Charles Gambino's This Is America, This Is Nigeria. Yes, I'm not saying the songs are not bad. I'm not saying I loved. In fact, I was one of the. I reposted. I downloaded the video. I told people about it.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you. We like you. Thank you very much.
First of all, I have a huge crush on Falz. First of all,
don't crush on us. If you don't agree with our emotion,
but I do not think Falz is more like Fela.
He is more like Fela.
Burnaboy, first of all, first of all, is even much more like Fela, except that he's not as politically conscious as Falz. That is the only thing that is missing.
No.
Wizkid is just that he enjoys his marijuana and his women and all that. That is the only semblance of Fela we can find in Wizkid. In Burnaboy, I mean, Fela used to wear pants to perform. Burnaboy has done that. But he does the whole posting.
Has done that. So,
exactly. There are people like that.
I am saying those things are not as important as taking... Listen, what I'm telling you now is those factors that you are bringing up, they are not as... Listen, they are not as important.
That is who Fela
what
is.
Fela
you cannot excuse the other part and pick only one and say that is... Ladies and gentlemen, before we are still arguing about this thing. We're not going anywhere. But please, let's conversation. Go to our Instagram page, our Twitter, or YouTube. Tell us what you think. Who is more like Fela, Falz, Wizkid, Burnaboy? Tell us what you think.
We are live now.
I mean, we are live now. You can drop your comments. We'll read it. We'll reply you.
Let's just try this out once and for all. I need to let this woman know that I'm not going to take
Falz is not like Fela.
Wrong notions about someone that I take.
Follow us on
very important.
On all our media pages, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And please, before we continue this argument, we went on the street to find out what people thought about this topic. Yeah. So just check it out.
Watch this.
Let's know what you think.
Who do you think is more like Fela between Falz, Burnaboy, and Wizkid?
Wizkid.
None of the above.
Burnaboy.
Why Burnaboy?
Everything about Burnaboy is Fela.
Burnaboy. For me, it's Falz. Falz the bad guy.
It's because Burnaboy, he can just sit down and start singing. Fela literally sits down and starts singing. By Burnaboy, he sings with meaning.
He has a bit of Fela's, the way Fela sings. I think it's somehow the same thing.
That because he was doing so many songs last 2 years, and I was loving the beats, and he used Fela beats most.
As in his voice, the way he's like his whatever on stage, his movement on stage, so everything about Burnaboy is Fela.
They might dress, they might say they want to sing like him, but not like Fela.
Falz, the bad guy, has taken it upon himself to share the moral ills of this country. Do you know what that means? Well, that is just my own opinion. You've heard what people had to say. What is your opinion? Share it on our Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube at Click TV Africa, or check us out on our website at www.clicktvafrica.com. I remain Fela Shade with the H. Until next time.
Excuse me, brother. But I'm worried.
I'm listening. Drop your point. I'm ready for you.
I understand where you're coming from.
Okay.
Yeah, but I do not think that we should forget the other parts of who Fela was, and just say, oh, this attribute makes this particular attribute of Mr. A makes Falz, makes Mr. B one person.
So now, I am saying the importance of Fela in Nigeria, in Africa, in the world. Listen. First of all, was the fact that he created Afrobeat.
Good.
Secondly, was the fact that he brought out a movement, all right, for the people. He was the voice of the people in the music industry. Fela spoke the mind of the people through his music, through instrumentation, through traveling the world and telling people what is happening in Nigeria.
Okay.
All right. Now,
Falz just did that with one album. Can we just
chill?
Can we just chill?
And that's what he's doing.
Okay, so I think that is the end of today. See, we're going to continue this argument when we're done shooting. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of today's episode of Fact or Hype. I hope you enjoyed it. Let us know what you think. Text us. Follow me at _black_currents on Instagram, and him at Uncle Moi. Yes, let us know what you think. Fact or Hype, is Falz more like Fela as compared to Burnaboy or Wizkid? Till we see you again, it's au revoir.
Bye.
Bye.